Okay, I went through it twice. This is Chord Lick, which is Blue Notes 2 in Beginning Rock Guitar Book 2. And this is a tricky one. We're kind of combining the blue note where we kind of pull the string along with chord strumming. And there's a few things to talk about. First of all, the rhythm. Make sure you understand the tie that goes into the second measure. If I were just playing the open fifth string, it would be 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. And with the down and up strums and strokes, you're going down, down, up, down, down, tie, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, down, down. So you're tying into the first beat of the second measure, but it's not a quarter note, it's 2 eighth notes. You're tying into the first of the pair of eighth notes. And the second eighth note you're playing with an upstroke. So study the rhythm and try to understand it. And then try the riff without the chords, and that would be basically one, two, and 3, 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4. And understand that that's what you want to hear. You want to hear the bass notes even on the upstrokes. And when you're strumming the chords, like you don't want to just hit like first 3 strings on your upstrokes. You want to hear the bass even with the upstroke on the chord. So that's tricky. And the one thing that's really tricky about it is that you have to remember right before a chord change to change the fingering of this A chord. We're doing the clamped A, which we've done several times. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you're clamping the first finger, but not the second finger. You're putting the second finger on the second string and then angling in a little bit. But you're kind of doing the riff with the third finger with that pulled note. Now when you pull that string, you want to take your first and second fingers off of the chord slightly and then put them back down. Like if you look at the 2 quarter notes at the end of the first measure, it's a pull note, a blue note, and then a chord. If you just practice that, I think that would help. But take the first and second fingers off slightly. Don't leave them on while you're trying to pull the blue note. It doesn't really work. So I'm off the chord when I pull, and then I'm back on it. Okay. Now, after you do the first 2 measures, when you get to the 4th measure at the end of the first line, that last A chord is just a bar. It's not first and second fingers clamped. It's first finger barred. And then you want to do the blue note on the 6th string with the second finger, not the third finger. That's because you're going to a D chord shape. And this is not a full D chord with the second finger on the first string. Leave the second finger off. And it's just first and third fingers. Okay? So that's where it's a little complicated because you're doing the clamped A. Like if I do the last 2 measures, I'm doing the clamped A. And then the barred A with second finger to that. So you might practice those last 2 quarter notes, just a flat first finger, and then second finger pulling that 6th string, going to hitting the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, muting the 1st string on the D chord. You don't need the 1st string. Okay, so that's a little bit tricky. You got to remember that that's coming right before the chord change. So again, I'll play the first line. get to the D, it's really pretty easy. The bent note, the blue note is second finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. And then where it says 3rd off, you're just doing 1st finger and then pulling with the 3rd finger, because that'll help you get back into that clamped A chord. Okay? So you don't want to do 2nd finger and then 2nd finger there, because you need 2nd finger over here for that clamped A. So you want 3rd finger. So you kind of have to change the fingerings of the chord you're on right before the chord change when you're going A to D and then also D back to A. You kind of alter the fingerings a little bit. The fingerings are on the page, but so to review that again, on the D chord, 2nd finger, and then 1st finger only, and then pull with the 3rd finger going to the clamp A. Then you go to I call it a half E chord, but it's really a 2-finger E chord. We've done that a little bit, not a whole lot. And you have to touch mute the 5th string. So you're just doing fingers 1 and 2. A lot of blues guys do the E chord with just 2 fingers, like that. And then here you have to really strum big, because you're hitting all 6 strings, but again, the 5th string's muted. And remember to lift fingers 1 and 2 every time you do that blue note, that pulled 3rd fret. So that chord, E, is... And then watch this part. You're hitting 3 open strings, and it's not real super easy. It's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, and then adding the fingers 1 and 2 for the E chord, the 2-finger E chord, and then going to D. And that 1st finger on the E chord moves 1 fret, so just keep it on the string. And then 3rd finger, again, going back to the A. And then you just stay on that A. Okay, so it's a little bit tricky when you do the chord changes. You have to kind of alter the fingerings a little bit. And let me just play through it again, and maybe I'll do it a little faster. It's kind of fun to play fast. Sounds like something Hendrix would do, Jimi Hendrix. He did a lot of that kind of open strumming and pulled notes and stuff like that. But or it sounds maybe a little rockabilly, I'm not sure. But have fun with that. It's a fun riff. It's very challenging, but it's worth working out all the details so that you really get it down, okay? So like this video if it helps, if you like the riff. And please subscribe and go to Facebook and like my John Hedger Guitar Studio Facebook page. And don't forget, if you need lessons, email me and maybe we can work it out no matter where you're at. we'll try to work it out. Now, you know, I don't want to be teaching at 3 a.m. in the morning, but if we can work it out, we will. But I do teach lessons, Zoom lessons online, and I teach one-on-one in my studio here in Lexington, Kentucky. So hopefully you'll enjoy these videos. Eventually I'm going to have full courses, so I may these videos may not be up forever. When I have a course, I may take some of these off and just do little different kinds of videos, but still teaching videos that are not related to the course. What I'm doing now is I'm going through each lesson in my beginning rock guitar books. If you haven't caught on to that, that's what I'm doing, okay? So we'll see you in the next video. It's very late here. I'm kind of giddy. So, you know, I'm going to let you go, okay? Talk to you later. All right.